What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hawks Nest. I'm your host, as always, Riley Feenan. You guys can follow me at Big Canada 79. I'm joined by Matty Will. What's going on, Matty?
What's up, everyone?
You guys can follow him at MattyDub82. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us as we are continuing to grow the channel, and we're really enjoying this. Guys, hit the subscribe button, interact with us. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. I know you love kind of what they've done in this offseason. And I wanted to give you a little bit of an opportunity to kind of get into that.
I see a culture change brewing in Detroit. I think Dan Campbell is bringing a different vibe into that place. I think they're building a foundation of an offensive line. You've got Frank Ragnow, Penny Sewell. Like, there's just dominant forces there. And I think in a couple years' time, we could easily see a promising team out of Detroit. I really want to compare him to Miami and Brian Flores, how he went down there. And, you know, they didn't do exceptionally well last year. They had the Tua problems. There's a little bit of quarterback issues, much like in Detroit with Jared Goff. Is he the guy going forward? Lots of questions to be answered. But I see that culture change coming. And I see that coach being a fundamental piece of that. And I think in 2 or 3 years, much like Miami, Detroit Lions are going to be a team to watch.
Did you hear that, Detroit fans? Did you hear that? That's wild. That's awesome. I really like what they've done this offseason. Again, you and I talking more football, I guess I kind of suck you into the whole offensive line, and you got to love the big fellas and everything like that. So being able to talk offensive line and Detroit and what they've done is wow. Jeez Louise, they got some studs up there. Frank Ragnow is probably one of the most underrated, least talked about studly offensive linemen that is out there. Just an absolute beast. Just Detroit's got some really good players that I cannot wait. Taylor Decker, another guy that's like does not get talked about enough. He's just buried in TJ Hawkinson. They have a very, very fun group of guys there, and I'm really excited to see what they do. And Dan Campbell, just like he wants to break some kneecaps and shit. Like that's just awesome. I'm just trying to come out here and we're just trying to just take some motherfuckers' heads off. Let's do it.
And it's Detroit, man. It's hard-nosed, blue-collar, gritty football, and that's what Dan Campbell's bringing. Like, I just think it's that rough, tough, blue-collar, hand in the dirt. Let's fucking eat. All right, let's go. They need to put some attention into their defense. Honestly, I'm trying to think perfect world. You got my head spinning here. Yeah. Honestly, like, think about this year. What if Detroit doesn't do great this year? Let's give them like 6 wins on the year, okay? But it puts them in position with a high round pick. We've already kind of touched on it. The 2022 quarterback draft class is nuts.
Loaded.
So what if we see Detroit really stockpile some picks, okay? We have some cool defensive free agents coming up next year. What if we see them get a top-end quarterback early in the draft next season? They get some defensive pieces, 2 or 3 guys to come in there, you know, a good defensive back, maybe a pass rush, a solid linebacker to build around, maybe the Leighton Vander Esch, who didn't get his 5th-year option picked up. There's so much that Detroit can do. Like I said, 2-3 years, they build that defense, they get their quarterback in-house. And I mean, Jared Goff, he's only, 25?
I think Jared Goff's a little bit older. I think he's 27, 28.
That's young as far as a quarterback goes. Maybe he has – I'm going to compare everybody that comes out to a new team and does well to Ryan Tannehill. But maybe he has a Ryan Tannehill effect, and he finds his home. It's a system that works well for him, and they do well. It's not past Jared Goff. Like you said, he's won. That's a quarterback that led a team to a Super Bowl, bro. Flat out.
No cap. Like, yeah. That's a fact. I mean, he did. He still has to do all that. He still has to go through the NFC Championship, still has to go and make completions. And he was still an integral part of that. Did they make the Super Bowl? Yes. Did they perform well? No. But that's not here nor there. I mean, I hope for the city of Detroit. I just wish I hope that city and that fan base get something. It's much like the Bears. They've become kind of much like the Bears, and they're in the same division too. Like it's difficult for those teams to be good, and it's because the Green Bay Packers have been sitting at the top, and Aaron Rodgers is, there's rumors that he's signing this massive deal to stay in Green Bay. It might be a long time, but it could happen.